Hello and welcome to another series here between the players eSaharaNaama and TSLPolt. The map is going to be Metropolis, and I am your host, ProNewBeForce5, and I will bring you as best a commentary as I possibly can. Now here we have some nice Terran music in the background. So, in the top, well, actually just the 3 o'clock position here, it's TSLPolt. Spawning is the blue Terran, and in the bottom, just plain bottom here, it is in the 6 o'clock position, eSaharaNaama. Spawning is the red Terran. Both players going for relatively similar builds. They're going to wall off. Another good idea here from both players. Going the same build. You can't be too wrong with that now, can you? If you go the exact same build, then there's nothing really you can do, and that is the whole deal about mirror matchups. It's all about micro, or basically all about micro. Here they're not setting out the scouting SCV before the supply, or before the barracks, and then building the barracks with a second SCV, so there will be limited scanning. I'm gonna question whether or not they send out a scouting SCV. They might just do that. And a little trick that I've seen several of them do is start the supply depot and then move out an SCV. So that is what eSaharaNaama is going to do. Now Nama is a Finnish player from Finland. Is it Finnish? I think there's another word for it. But here this SCV is going to start working on that supply depot, and this SCV cannot get in, so no scouting information, and as a Terran player you always want scouting information. Now Polt has his orbital command much sooner than Nama, and this might lead to lots of questions. I think he's going to expand. Yes, that's what he's going to do. Throwing down the command center here right next to his other command center, so he might produce a couple SCVs first. Now this is a very greedy build here from Polt, but Polt has been able to do it. And with his style, he does like going for very macro builds. And 2 Marines are moving out here for eSaharaNaama. Nama? Is it Nama? Am I pronouncing it right? Nama. And actually, Nama is himself building a command center on the low ground, even more greedy than Polt. Polt is deciding to throw down another barracks here. These Marines might just poke up here, and they don't see anything. Polt might try to get some free shots off on the high ground, but no, that doesn't happen. Now the Marines are getting split up. Nice little idea here from Nama. He's gonna see if he can scout for when that expansion goes down, and that is important information. But he might not know whether or not it's being built in the base. That is the awesomeness of not scouting. You're just in the dark the entire time, and himself going for a 1-1-1. Fairly standard build. Now there are a few things that he could do on this map. Since the flying rush distance is so short, he might get out a medevac and shuttle up into the back of the base. And if Polt is in fact defending at the front of his base, then there's not much he can do. Now he is throwing down, there's the scan. He sees the starport, and first instead he's going for a Viking. He wants that air domination. Now Polt himself is also going for a starport, but much later. And this Marine is going to see the command center. even get a few free hits off here on this SCV. Will he kill it? No, he doesn't kill it, but he does see the command center. And this Marine, lucky he didn't even get a hit off. Poor guy. It was like he was playing Call of Duty, and he just stood no chance with those campers. Now this Viking, I'm interested to see what this Viking does. It might just scout. A Viking about to finish here for Polt himself. But it was rallied away, so a few free hits off on this Viking could have been so. Now the lore on the Viking is extremely weird. It says that only the most hardened pilots can pilot these things, but I really don't know. There they go. I guess the most hardened pilots enjoy playing chicken with each other and losing, both of them. Because everybody knows in chicken, everybody loses. Now there are several Hellions out here for Naama. What is Naama going to do with these Hellions? Is he going to push? He's hoping for a 4th base from Polt, but Polt is deciding not to go for a 4th base here. There are 5 Hellions on the field. 6. I usually only see this many when it comes to Zerg players, but no, they're going to walk up and take a lot of damage. Even actually a Banshee switch here. Banshee tech switch. No doubt about it, he's probably going to produce a few more Hellions and then switch these two out when both complete. Unless he is investing in Cloak, which is quite a bit. And this Viking hardly surviving at all. He is in a bad position here. Naama is throwing down that sensor tower. He doesn't want the drops to ensue. And that is something that I've noticed that most maps don't have anymore, is easy accessibility to flying as opposed to ground. They are generally about the same. Now these Marines are patrolling. They just love their patrolling here. Their petroleum. These Marines picked a bad day to quit stim packs, so they couldn't book it out of there. But no, they only take 3 health. There's no surviving that. Now Polt with an interesting push here. It's Marine tank, and siege mode is done, so he could do a lot. Now the tech transition here, actually, there is quite a tech switch here, and there's a Banshee over here. The scan goes off over here, but this is gonna get shut down. As much damage as Polt can do here at this point is what he's trying to do. Now he does actually push through here, but the Banshee is still alive. Now he's backing up out of there with actually zero energy. A couple more seconds and he wouldn't have needed a scan. Now the 3rd base for either player is nearly complete here. An orbital command anytime here from Polt will be standard. Now this Banshee is moving out on the field. Could get sniped here. He doesn't get seen. No, he just shoots away, shoots and scoots. He doesn't have Cloak yet. He has it now, but if he uses it, then he's only cloaked for so long. Ooh, and a nice little bait from Naama, bringing in these Hellions from the back and roasting all those Marines. Charred remains are all that is there. And is he going to continue production of Banshees? No. Is he going to switch it out and get some medevacs out? Possibly not, because this is going to be a tech army versus a standard bio army. And that means lots and lots of good stuff will happen here. Supply depot wall here at the ramp. Gonna scare off these Banshees, but There is no turret here. Where are the turrets? There are turrets in the base, but there is no turret here. He decided not to, and this could be a bad decision here. He needs to split up his forces, allocate them properly, but that might not happen here. The preemptive stem there. He can't even get there. Now the missile turret is down. I don't think I've ever seen anybody get these bases here. Honestly, they're just there for decoration. I promise you. And both Banshees drop. Good play by Polt. Now he is transitioning into Marauders, and this is no doubt because he realizes he's up against the tech army, and these Hellions are a lot. Okay, there's the Raven, and he's researching high-sec auto tracking, and I forgot exactly what that does. It does something with the auto turrets as well. Yes, it adds a 1 range, which it can be pretty beneficial now. These, yeah, Hellions don't normally counter Marauders, but apparently when you have enough of them, they do. Now Polt is going to move around in the back and try to catch Nama out of position, and this is where it gets interesting. This is the chess in any position here. Now he might just bait the entire army here, and that's what he does. A few Marines die, and the compositions are rather interesting here. It's going to be tank Hellion versus tank Bio, with medevacs in the frontal positions. There's also another sensor tower here. What is Polt's response, and when does Nama move out? That is the problem here. Because of the immobile forces here from either player, it is exactly like chess. Now you might be wondering, how is this like chess? It's like it's real-time strategy. How can this be like chess? I mean, I can understand the strategy, but how is it like chess? Well, the one player makes a move like this, moves the tanks, and then say he moves them here, and his opponent moves them here in response. Well, what happens if the player tries to take over here? He moves. This player moves in for the kill, possibly. Now there are quite a few things to do, and this is exactly why Marine forces are good. Now the tanks are sieged up, eating lots of this stuff, and there are plenty of tanks here. Polt is going to lose this army. There's nothing that he can do about it. He has destroyed quite a few forces. He might just have to lift up here to escape. Now there are Marines placed in various positions to deal with drops. Very good play here from Nama. I guess he's used to playing against Korean players where their drops are everywhere. But yes, this Marine escaping, not quite escaping. He's going to die, but not before doing some damage. 13 life on that Hellion with the +1 attack. It's also important to note that Polt is researching 2-2. 2-2 is about to finish. Prony Before 5 said 2-2. So funny. Anyway, Terran ship plating. That is no doubt in order to prevent any sort of hazardous position. Now, actually, quite a few Hellions are melting here with that 2-2. That 2-2 damage did a lot, and there are relatively few. Well, there's just one. There's just one Hellion here. Now 3 more are on the way. What will Nama do, or what will Polt do, rather? Nama is in a good position here because there was nothing that Polt could do in order to take advantage of the lack of units. Now he's researching 3-3. And also getting out some Vikings. Vikings, fairly good choice against medevacs. That is likely why Polt decided to go for that one armor, to keep them alive just a little bit longer, because every second that goes by, that is a lot of tanks. And Polt trying to come in here with a sandwich might just get all of these tanks. I said there were a lot of tanks, but no, not anymore. I think that Polt has transitioned into almost pure bio here. Does he have any tanks in production? No, he is pure bio right now. He's not producing much of anything. What did he just build? He just built something that got rid of all of his resources. 3 battle cruisers. Okay, just throw out the books here, Polt. Polt realizes that there is a huge chance that there's nothing he can do. He might even just go for the fatal blow even before the battle cruisers arrive. No, a couple of tanks in the background. I'm going to deal with this. Now the Vikings are going to be troublesome here for Polt. Polt can only do so much here. If he can limit the Viking numbers, then he should be in great shape. Now there are lots of missile turrets around, but there's nothing he can do about this. His forces now going to siege up, and it's almost like checkmate here for Polt. There's nothing he has that can do anything here. He's losing countless units, but all the Vikings have died, and he can get out of there relatively safely. But with those missile turrets, they're going to do so much damage to these. Might destroy another missile turret or another medevac. No, all die. A command center moving up here. It's going to be a planetary fortress. And now Polt is 40 supply ahead with some battle cruisers against tanks. Battle cruisers are excellent. Against Hellions, battle cruisers are excellent. Against Vikings, however, battle cruisers are not so excellent. Now, these bases are interesting. He doesn't have any bio upgrades at all, but he has an engineering bay for those missile turrets. Did he get, yes, he got building armor. You know, that's something that a lot of players don't use enough of, is building armor. You can never have too much building armor. You will survive so much. And what's going on with this tank right here? It's spazzing out. I wonder if he sees that. That doesn't look normal. This tank is spazzing out. That looks good. That looks kind of glitchy. I think he just got a bad model for a tank. He got the prototype, and nobody else realized it. So he's like, "Hey guys, why are you moving?" They say, "We're not moving. You're moving." But here is a death push here from Polt going into the air tier with some limited support on the ground. He is maxed out in supply, and I think Naama knows it's coming, but there's nothing he can do against air with all of these ground units. There's nothing he can do. GG's just as soon as he sees that. Oh, that's why scouting is important. Did he see it though? No, he did not see it. No scouting, no skins, and that was huge. That was just that was a falcon punch to the face with absolutely no warning whatsoever. We'll see how game number 2 goes. This has been an interesting game number 1. I will see you guys next time.